Vivo X70, Vivo's newest flagship phone. This has very powerful performance, a beautiful lightning fast display, a gorgeous sleek looking back. Oh my goodness, look at that. It has faster charging, 44 watts. It also has 5G. But yeah, what sets this apart from other flagship phones is its Zeiss cameras. That's right, my friends, this is co-engineered with Zeiss. You see these guys right here? Those are all Zeiss camera lenses. If you don't know Zeiss yet, Zeiss is a German camera maker or camera lens maker, which is one of the best and top of the line in terms of camera equipment and optics. And if you don't know yet, Vivo has partnered with Zeiss. They have already created one, which is the Vivo X60, which was a few months ago. But now a far better phone has come out with better Zeiss camera lenses. The first one was mostly software. This one is a combination of software and hardware. It is now using legit Zeiss lenses. Oh, by the way, this is a full camera review of this phone. If you haven't seen my unboxing and full review yet, just check it out right here. But yeah, if you want to see the full potential of those Zeiss cameras in this video, just keep on watching. Vivo X70 full camera review right now. And without further ado, let's get to it. Boom. We're done with the box. Let us focus on the cameras. Okay, let us start with the specs. First and foremost, the main camera, 40 megapixels. Pretty okay. Not as high as a 108 MP camera, but that does not matter. What matters is the sensors and the lenses, and how much light it is able to utilize. It has face detection autofocus, and it has the Zeiss Star anti-reflective coating. Each of these right here has the Zeiss Star anti-reflective coating. Helps with the overall image quality of the camera. And this right here is also using the same Vivo X60 gimbal stabilization, which means there's a mechanism right here that helps balances and keeps the sensor stable even when your hand is kind of shaky. The sensor remains stable as if it was mounted on a tripod. Seriously. We also get a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, which also serves as the macro lens, and last but not least is a portrait lens. Bummer, I was expecting a telephoto lens, but then again this phone is more on the portrait side. If you want the telephoto though, there's the Pro and Pro Plus model. It does not have the telephoto one. But if you're not doing wildlife or astrophotography or just capturing the moon, this is going to be perfect for you. You know, it's pretty much 90% of the time what you're going to use it in real life for. Portrait shots, group photos, selfies, and last but not least is the 32 MP camera at the front, which also is a Zeiss camera lens, but just that you don't get the extra stability and support of the rear camera's gimbal stabilization. In other words, you're going to get a lot sharper pictures on the back than the front. But don't take my word for it. Here are the pictures that I took with the phone. Oh yeah, look at that handsome face. Have you not ever seen a guy more handsome than this? No. I mean, look at that background, not my face. The bokeh effect that I got here is very similar on a DSLR. Very accurate and very convincing. That depth of field, oh, and that cutout, look at that. If that was an ordinary phone, there would be blurring right here at the edges, but no, not here. It's not messy. It looks very accurate and professional looking. That's a very good depth of field. And look at this. You can touch anywhere to place your focus. Whoa. See that? That's post editing. You want to focus at the background? Bam. I still got information. Do I want my face to be sharper than the background? Yes, I can do that. And if I want more blur in the background, that is possible as well, as you can see. And guess what? You cannot do this on a DSLR. Nope. Probably only on a Vivo phone. But of course, let us stop poking around my face. Let us talk about the image quality you get with the camera. And this is it. That's right, that was taken on a Vivo phone, the Vivo X70. Normally your reaction would be, no way, that is so impossible. Most of the time, mid-range phones would be fake looking and things in the background look kind of weird, but this one really looks like it was taken on a DSLR. You got some decent contrast. Skin tone is very good. And the color you're getting right here is from Zeiss. If you compare this to another Vivo phone, it will not look like this. It will look kind of processed. But this one looks kind of natural, which is a big plus for me. Plus, my face just looks so handsome. And look at those details on my shirt. The amount of detail retained was quite good. Now, aside from these four, there are other styles you can play with. Neutral, vintage, but of course, the best ones are still the ones that are provided by Zeiss themselves. These are what you call the premium styles. And you also get the filters, silent, yogurt, island. There's a lot of stuff here that you can play with. And good news, there's also a night mode in portrait mode. Wow, that's gonna be very helpful, especially in parties. Now, speaking of night mode, we do have a night mode right here, dedicated. Let me just show you the comparison between the photo mode and the night mode. Here's the differences, and as you can see, the night mode does deliver you a much clearer, much cleaner, much better exposed picture compared to the photo mode? Well, that's because the night mode does take a while to take a picture with. It does take about seconds, sometimes even minutes, and you even might need a tripod here to get the best results. But then again, if you want the best looking night mode, you would want to use the night mode all the time, but always bear in mind that you need to be patient with night mode. And oh yeah, it does have some advanced features like the tripod mode. The tripod mode is like the long exposure. It's going to take the night mode, which will take pictures in a longer period of time. And of course, we've got the astro mode and the super moon mode, which is nothing new, but the thing about this is that it does not have a telephoto lens, so you're not going to be super close to the moon when you're taking it. It's going to be pretty okay, just not as good as the Pro and Pro Plus, because those guys have a dedicated telephoto lens to help you zoom in a bit so that you can get a closer shot at the moon. Now, where this phone truly shines is in video. The Vivo X70 can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second, and the quality of the video is just amazing. Probably one of the best video camera phones that you can buy today. There aren't a lot of phones that can give you this kind of video quality. Some phones require you to pay about 50,000, 60,000 pesos just so that you can get some really good video footage. But yes, the Vivo X70 is just 35,000 pesos, my friends. Half the price of most flagship phones, and this is the quality that you can get on this phone. Stabilization is pretty good. Dare I say, one of the best in the market today, and it's all thanks to that new gimbal tech they put here, which is this 5-axis ultra-stable video. It is also using the brand new Gimbal 3.0 technology, which is all integrated inside the Sony customized sensor IMX766V. Let me just show you the videos right here, 4K 60 frames per second. This is the quality you will get on this phone. Yeah, that's right. You can actually take some 4K 60 FPS video here. Although you're not going to get the ultra stabilization, it will not work for 4K. You do get some two options for the stabilization, which is standard. This is what I think is EIS. It's going to crop in a bit. Let me just show you the stabilization when it's off. This is standard, and this is the ultra, the best one. Just that it's super cropped in. Now, frankly, I don't need the standard. I can actually manage with just the OIS. I don't really need the EIS because I just don't want the cropping. And the EIS kind of affects the quality a bit. And I think still the best video quality is coming from the 1080p, 30 frames per second. Now, if you're vlogging, you're gonna need a setup for this, maybe a mini tripod, because you do want to take advantage of that extra stability on the rear camera. You will not get the same quality and stabilization on the selfie camera, although a lot of people really do vlog with their selfie cameras. It's just that if you're gonna buy this phone just for vlogging, I do highly suggest to put this on a mount, get a microphone, get a mini tripod, and bam, you'll be able to utilize this and achieve its full potential. Now, you might have noticed that the quality of the videos, the pictures have been immensely upgraded since the Vivo X60. Well, that's because it is all thanks to the Zeiss lenses we've got here. The main tech that they added here that really made the difference is that Zeiss Star anti-reflective coating. It is that extra layer of coating embedded inside of these lenses right here, which makes things a lot more clear, more accurate, less distortion. It also helps with the flaring big time, so whatever picture, whatever scene that you take a picture on, it will surely get the most accurate picture out of it. Meaning, if you're a creative person, you will want your picture to be as accurate as the real thing as possible. And with the Zeiss tech, it will help you provide those results very, very consistently. Now, speaking of creativity, we do have some creativity options right here in the More tab. We got the Astro, the Pro Sport. We do have covered this on the X60. They provide so much leverage for the photographer. Pro mode, it looks like this. It's using icons instead of numbers like 0.6, 2x zoom. It looks much more intuitive. Oh gosh, I forgot about the ultra-wide angle lens. It does have an ultra-wide angle lens. It is also using Zeiss technology, which is why when I took some pictures here of the outside, it does look very clean, very promising. And of course, just like any Pro mode, it does let you tinker around with the settings, white balance, autofocus, shutter speed, ISO, and you even got RAW, which is very useful in post-editing. Now, coming to the selfie camera, I did notice that the selfie camera is kind of different from the rear camera in such a way that it does not possess the same quality, same contrast, same consistency as the rear camera. Well, that is because it does not have the same gimbal stabilized camera like on the back. But of course, the 32MP camera on the front is still very capable, just not as sharp, but still color-wise, it still carries the Zeiss algorithm. It still looks like Zeiss, just not the same quality-wise. Beautification is pretty discreet here, not too strong, although you can adjust this as per your liking. Just get this, you will still get the best quality with the rear cameras instead of the selfie camera. So if you want to fully utilize that power of Zeiss, I highly recommend you use always the rear camera. And that, my friends, is the Zeiss camera on the Vivo X70. Are you gonna buy it or not? Let me know, guys, in the comments below. But here's the price of this phone, 34,999 pesos. What a sweet deal. There aren't many smartphones out there here that have a Zeiss camera. And the camera quality that I got here is pretty much on par of Samsung's, Huawei, and Apple's flagship phones. And get this, at half the cost. If you just want the best camera for the money, half the cost of an iPhone, this is it. You will not regret it. This was a full review on the camera on the Vivo X70. If you want to see a full review of the specs, unboxing, games, I do have that in this video. So yeah, go check it out. And if you want to see more reviews, unboxing videos just like this one, all you need to do is subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my great content. This is Vince Domingo from TechBeans, and I'll see you on the next video.